All right, let's get started. All right, I'm gonna start from the beginning, but I'm gonna start from the very, very beginning. We'll just start with the first song I ever wrote. How about that? I didn't really fancy myself a songwriter. I just like to sing, and so I was singing backup for this guy in Dallas Fort Worth area, and I was driving down the road and I was singing this song in my head and I didn't know exactly where it was coming from. And then it dawned on me like, oh, you're making this up as you go along. Okay. And it's about the guy that I was dating at the time who 15 years later, we're still married. So there you go. Way that we flirt is our own little game. Stage is set, the roles are played. The way I'm looking at you, you're looking at me. Is the temperature rising? Baby, can't you see? Imagination spinning all out of control. Your sexy blue eyes piercing through my soul. Dirty little thoughts running through my brain. Make love to me, baby, make me go insane. I get excited when you look at me the way that you do. I get excited when you kiss me the way that you do. I get excited when you touch my body up and down. Wanna feel you tangled up with me, rolling all around. I get excited. Yeah, I get excited. Years between us, we both agree. Don't matter right now, so we'll wait and see where the story ends or where it goes. I'm living this moment 'cause all I know. Imagination spinning all out of control. Your sexy blue eyes piercing through my soul. Dirty little thoughts running through my brain. Make love to me, baby, make me go insane. I get excited when you look at me the way that you do. I get excited when you kiss me the way that you do. I get excited when you touch my body up and down. Wanna feel you tangled up with me and rolling all around. I get excited. Yeah, I get excited. Oh, thank you. So I wrote that, and then like my parents showed up and surprised me at a show, and it was like, shit. Had to play it in front of my dad. That was weird. It was even weirder though when my husband's dad, at the time my boyfriend's dad, showed up to a show, and I would just cringe like, but you have to play it because it was the only one I wrote. So had to. All right. So once I realized, like, ooh, I could write a song and do my own stuff. Well, then I decided I needed to, let loose of a lot of feelings about a lot of people in my life. So this song is about my ex-husband's ex-wife, and it's called Never Gonna Get Me Down. First time I met you didn't seem too crazy. Wondered what all the fuss could be about. Didn't understand that your whole plan was to control that man. And you're not like any other, there's no doubt. Then things got crazy. You really started to amaze me. Went from 0 to pitch in 1 second flat. You were just so mean. Your heart is green. You're the craziest bitch I've ever seen. And you came in me full speed ahead attack. But you're never gonna get me down. You're never gonna make me frown. Just who the hell you think you are? You push it all way too far. I'm determined and I'm strong, and I know where I belong. And you're not gonna kick me around. And you're never gonna get me down. All the people who know you, they walk on eggshells for you. Really got all of them in the palm of your hand. Couldn't comprehend that I'm not them. Yeah, but that whole trend. And I ain't too afraid like them to fight you back. But you're never gonna get me down. You're never gonna make me frown. Just who the hell you think you are? You push it all way too far. I'm determined and I'm strong, and I know where I belong. And you're not gonna kick me around. And you're never gonna get me down. Well, you think that you're so relevant, but you are just a joke. Snorts a whole lot of coke. You're gonna end up with a stroke. With all the meaning in your veins, your life's a crying shame. But you're never gonna get me down. You're never gonna make me frown. Just who the hell you think you are? You push it all way too far. I'm determined and I'm strong, and I know where I belong. And you're not gonna kick me around. You're never gonna get me down. Thank you. That lady, she showed up everywhere I ever was for so long. And the second I wrote that, it was just like I was waiting. And then she never showed up again. She never heard it. She never even heard it. I was waiting. I was going to no. She never heard it. All right, I'm going to pull something out of my second album. This was the first single. I went to Nashville right before COVID and recorded a little EP. I was paid for it all myself and hired all the musicians. I was so proud of it, and of course, it died because of COVID, you know. But this was the first single off of it, and it's called "Insecurities." I've been told that as you grow old, you may find a love that matches your soul. You may find a life that you have never seen. You might find that you want true love is me. It's hard out there, and I've been around this block of time or two, and I have fallen down, but I always get up again. I just need someone that I can call my friend. What is waiting there for me in my mind? I long to see. I have waited for so long for a place to call my own. Been searching for that certain sense of peace. I keep running away from everyone but me. Is there really a problem here, or can it just be my greatest fears that I need to face so I won't feel so alone? Pouring out my heart has left me feeling exposed. Over the years I've seen rough times, doing all I can do just to get by. And survival mode, lose yourself. Trying hard to please everyone else. What is waiting there for me in my mind? I long to see. I have waited for so long for a place to call my own. I've been searching for that certain sense of peace. I keep running away from everyone but me. Maybe the peace that I have been searching for showed up on the very first day you walked through my door. 'Cause you give me such good love, and I never want you to leave. Maybe you could tell me what it is you see in me. 'Cause I don't know anymore who it is I'm trying to please. Hold me close and look at me. Am I really what you see? Is this another fairy tale that in time will surely fail? I just need some peace of mind to feel at ease, and to know that you love me for me. I've been told that as you grow old, you find a love that matches your soul. You may find the life that you have never seen. you. Okay. Have fun on your trip. Absolutely. I was just getting warmed up, though. You know, you're going to miss all the best songs. Okay. Well, I guess I'll tell you my stories, okay? So, this next song, my husband hates this song. He hates it, but it is on my album because, you know, when somebody gives you 20 years worth of stuff to write about, you take the opportunity, right? So, I went out I met this guy when I was the first night I met my ex-husband. I met him the same time. They were friends. They were there together. And when Keith and I got married, you know, you do the money dance. And so when we were doing the money dance, this guy comes up to me and he wants to dance with me and give me money. And then right before he walks away, he goes, I saw you first. And just walked away like, "Mm, okay, not sure what to do with that right now. I just got married and I actually had some thoughts in my brain like, hmm, man, okay. So fast forward a few years, got divorced because he was a cheating SOB. And this guy asked me to lunch. And I said, we'd had a couple drinks, we were loosening up, and there was actual flirting happening. And I said, hey, what did you mean by that? He goes, I mean, I saw you first, and I knew he's a POS, but you married this sorry sack of shit. He's like, but honestly, I saw you first. I pointed you out, and he was, you know, I was waiting to finish my beer. I was going to go and ask you to dance because I met them both at Red River Saloon in Dallas, you know. And he goes, yeah. And he just swooped right in and just, that was all she wrote. So I ended up dating him, and then he broke up with me. And it was because some chick from his past had come back in, and, you know, his family really liked her. She was a keeper. She was the one that got away. And so he dumped me. And they lasted about, 2 or 3 weeks. And then we were like best friends for all these years. And after 20 years, he shows up one night and says, hey, you remember that night I was coming to get my hair cut? And you were telling me how you'd met this 22-year-old Marine. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, I actually came there that night to tell you that you were the one that got away and that I wanted to be with you. And it's like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? You know, like, I'm married. You were at my wedding, you know? Like, really? Like, I had gone on 2 dates with the guy. If you would have spoke up. And so I'm like, well, whatever could have been won't be now. And then I'm like, ooh, I need to write that down. That's a song. So I wrote this song. My husband hates it. Hates it. I never play it if he's at a show. I saw you first. You whispered in my ear. Then you turned and slowly walked away. I didn't know what to do. You caught me off been, would not be. Now here we are, 20 years down the road. It was great to see you again. Stood there and told me about the feelings you've had all the years, and I'm the one that got away. Even though I had once dreamed of hearing these words, this time it didn't feel the same. For I stopped contemplating the day I looked in his eyes. I knew it could have been, never should have been. 'Cause that could have been, wasn't meant to be. Thank you. Yeah, my husband hates that one. And he's like, this motherfucker. How dare he say that to you? Man, I got this big crowd that usually comes to my shows in Galveston, but they won't go if they can't get there on a golf cart. I'm like, come on, get in a real car. Take an Uber. You could even chip in on one. What's that? Yeah. Knowing what they are when they leave the bars, though, it's safer for all of us. So. Let's see here. Call me what you want to, 'cause I walk right out the door. Should be plain to see that you and me can't do this anymore. Here's the bell, we might as well go ahead and pack it all in. It's goodbye time to all your lies. I'm not looking back again. I'm gonna go through the gears and get out of this town just as fast as I can drive. I'm not gonna think of the wasted years that have gone out of my life. There was no first place when I ran your race. I was last in time. I'm not running away. I'm just going to a better place. It must have been the whiskey that made me think you'd be true. But you can bet I ain't regretting walking out on you this time. Wish I'd done it sooner and listened to the rumors that you were never mine. I'm gonna go through the gears and get out of this town just as fast as I can drive. I'm not gonna think of the wasted years that have gone out of my life. There was no first place when I ran your race. I was last every damn time. I'm not running away. I'm just going to a better place. I'm not running away. I'm just going to a better place. Thank you. That's the one that we did for that competition that I played so many times that I have not played that song in a decade until tonight. And I'm like, you know what? I like it again. Just took a decade of not hearing it. So this one I wrote about my first husband. It's pretty self-explanatory if you listen to the lyrics. But basically, he took off when she was one. Saw him. We split up when she was 7 months old. He came to her first birthday party, and we did not see him again until she was 9 years old. And so I allowed him back into her life. I had full rights by then. I mean, he was gone. I don't, whatever. She was adopted, but I let him see her because she needed it, you know. And so she would go and see him. He would fly her out to New York and stuff to see him. As you know, he didn't pay child support. He didn't have any rights, but I let her. I let her go. And so he would mess with her head, though. He would mess with her head. And she came home, and it was when she was like just about to be 16. And she had gone to a visit, and he had decided to like unload on what he thinks about her mother to her and all this stuff and tell her things like, when you do that, you remind me of just like your mom, like it, but in a bad way. And it really bothered her. And so she came home and she told me about everything. And so I wrote this for him. He's never heard it, but that's okay. It helps me. Helps me. And this is called Fool. Manipulate and marginalized my feelings as you criticize me. Where were you when she was 2? You were running round the country wild and free. Never knew what we went through. You just took off, didn't come back again. If you'd been a father to your daughter, then maybe we could have been friends. Manipulate and marginalize my feelings as you criticize me. Where were you when she was 3, laughing, bouncing on my knee? Was Vegas fun? Did you get some sun? And did you live it up and have a real good time? We were okay, we did just fine. No thanks to you, we stretched every dime. So why you judging me when it's plain to see that I've done the best that I can do? You weren't there, so how do you dare come in here now and give your point of view? She says the things that you hate about me are what you'll see if you look in her eyes. She's a survivor and like her mother and knows real well who she can rely. Manipulate and marginalize my feelings as you criticized me. You weren't there when she was 4 in a pink tutu on that dance room floor. Was New York a blast? Was it too much to ask that you could have given her a call? Head covered in curls, such a sweet little girl and my angel, light of my whole world. Manipulate and marginalize my feelings as you criticized me. Lots of prayer, I took care of everything. She even learned to ski. Did you ever care just how she felt or how she dealt without you in her life? You went away and you never helped pay, and you were never there to tuck her in at night. So why are you judging me when it's plain to see that I've done the best that I can do? You weren't there, so how do you dare come in here now and give your point of view? You fool. She says the things that you hate about me are what you'll see if you look in her eyes. She's a survivor and like her mother and knows real well who she can rely. Manipulate and marginalize my feelings as you criticize me. All right. Yeah, my songs are like therapy, so women usually love them. Now, I had a girl come up to me at a show one time, and I don't even hardly ever play that. I played it when I first wrote it, and then I just quit playing it because it was like, all right, dealt with those feelings, move on, happy. And no, she came up to me though, and she was like, I was that kid. It's like, man, let's see, something happier. I have to look at my own set list because I'm like, what did I write? Okay, let's do this. This is the title track of my Texas Bound album. I wrote this when I was living in Utah. I was getting ready to come home to some full strength beer and warm weather. And of course, I was going to DFW area, so I was like ready to go honky tonkin'. You know, we were in this 5 mile by 8 mile town, and so there wasn't a lot like. And there was 3 bars. You know, it's Mormon country, so there was 3 bars in this whole town. So I got to play 3 times a month. That was it, once in each. So this is called Texas Bound. Nothing's gonna stop me now. It's always great to be back home. Join us, I must defend my soul. Hustle and stay the night makes me feel free. So down the skyline rolls into view. Beautiful woman that's been renamed. This is where I'm from and I'd like to be. Hit the crowd with my feet running, see all the friends and soak the sun in. Time to go out and get inspired. Hit up every country bar, soak up music from the Texas stars. Drink some beer, it's not watered down. Here I come, I'm Texas bound. Nothing's gonna stop me now. So part of me lost when I say goodbye. As one last tear rolls down my eye. I'll be back soon, but I don't know when. But when I get back, I'll do it again. Hit the ground with my feet running, see all my friends and soak the sun in. Time to go out and get inspired. Hit up every country bar, soak up music from the Texas stars. Drink some beer, it's not watered down. Here I come, I'm Texas bound. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Here I come, I'm Texas bound. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Thank you. Let's see here. Let's do. So this is also on my Texas Bound album. I'm most proud of my Texas Bound album because that's the one that I legit did, and not just in somebody's house with help. Had some really cool players on it too. The guy who played bass, he used to play with the band, as in take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Yeah, that guy, that bass player, he was on my album. Yeah, and it was in the studio that Linda Ronstadt recorded her second album in. Lots of history. Martina McBride recorded Independence Day there. Yeah, it was great. It was a really great experience. Really good players. I don't know how much you listened to like Steve Earle or when his son was alive, Justin Townes Earle. So Justin Townes Earle's steel guitar player was on my album. He was $300 for one song. For one song. And I gotta say, he did a good job, but it was like kind of hoping you're gonna make it a little heavier on the steel guitar for that price, And he's like, no, you just want a little. No, I wanted it really heavy, but it was too late. So, but this is on that album. Funny thing about this song is, in the studio, things either go smoothly or they don't. And this was the only song that seemed like I didn't feel like the other musicians liked it very much. It was a struggle to get it recorded, and they didn't feel like it was the strongest song on the album at all. And then it's the number one song that people come up to me and say, I liked that one. So just shows you the public has different opinions than actual musicians, you know? So this is called He Calls Me Beautiful. It's about my husband. Those red flags I ignored, and all I wanted was to be adored. They left me lonely and dissatisfied. Broke my heart and tried to steal my pride. Some are liars and some just straight. Why he stayed so long to explain. But he calls me beautiful, like it's my name. And since we met, things ain't been the same. For my true love, to God I prayed, and a chance to right the wrongs I made. It took a long time for him to come along, a man to love me oh so strong. Now my heart's been set aflame. He calls me beautiful, like it's my name. Well, but when he came along, he stared straight into my soul, and I knew where I belonged. He ain't perfect, but he's true. With him by my side, I know that we'll get through. He calls me beautiful, like it's my name. Since we met, things ain't been the same. My true love, to God I pray, and a chance to right the wrongs I've made. It took a long time for him to come along, a man to love me oh so strong. Now my heart's been set aflame. He calls me beautiful, like it's my name. Now my heart's been set aflame. He calls me beautiful, like it's my name. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's like all the other ones. It was like 2 takes. That's it. That's all it took. 2 takes, maybe 3. That one was like 20, and I don't know why. It just wasn't flowing with them. I have got to go potty.